Phrequency.
Okay, so welcome everybody to the first episode of Open Frequency. This is a new podcast starting. Honestly, I've made videos before, like these type of videos before, but they were more on a personal use. Uh, I'm not sure if you read the description, but genuinely, I've been using this as a somewhat of a therapy because I used to write a ton in a diary, but it would take so long and my hand would cramp that I literally just resorted to recording myself and just I have like 7, 8, maybe 10 videos of me just talking to the camera, and to the point where I almost got to like vlogging and like taking it out and about, but I'm using this fat ass camera. I'm not using my phone. I'm not using my phone and walking around. I'm not there yet. We'll see if we ever get there. But yeah, I've been doing this for kind of the last year, and I just had them, and I've been thinking I want to do something because I've right, we all listen to podcasts and whatever the fuck, but I don't know. It's just either they get mundane or I just kind of get out of it that I want something new, and let's just see what the fuck this brings. So yeah, and especially the new year, right? The new fucking year. Honestly, last year was probably like not the probably just like a mid fucking year. Nothing really crazy happened. Had a girlfriend that fell out because of me. Business wise, not the best year whatsoever. But somebody else had told me that I wasn't their best year either, so makes me feel better. Um, but yeah, I guess it's just like a learning kind of year. From that past relationship from last year, honestly, I learned a lot and became a new person, and it feels kind of odd because It feels like I literally sucked the life out of that person and like transformed into that person. Not like to the T. Maybe in the moment, yeah. I've always been a very like mirror person. Like whatever the fuck you're on, I'm about to be on so that we're like cool. You know what I mean? And I always feel that I do it to a fucking extreme, especially like in a relationship. And I feel like I did that like a fuck ton. Just to like fit in, especially with this person. Always felt like this person was like super cool, so I was like I need to be like as cool or some shit, you know. So I got that like literally most of the shit, if not all of the shit that I do now is based off of that. The shit that I watch, shit that I consume, shit that I think, the way that I speak, like just shit like that came from that person, and it's so weird where it's like I don't know. And honestly, I think that was the one topic I wrote down of like is every guy's like not life, but like is every guy what how do I write it? Yeah, do girls run every guy's life? Like, cause if I'm thinking about this shit, thinking like back to like middle school, elementary, and all this shit, like the shit that I was doing was for a girl. Like mostly every fucking thing. You know what I mean? At least sometimes I'm like, oh, like either I get a pair of shoes or I'm successful at this or gym wise or some shit. I'm like, I'm doing that for like my middle school self, right? Like the motherfucker who was like short, scrawny, weird, fucking cardigans, and like I'll do it for that person. But in essence, like that person, the reason why I'm doing it for that person is because I guess he wasn't where I'm at now with confidence, shit like that for fucking girls. You know what I mean? And I mean the past, like other past relationships haven't been. It's just similar. It's just biting fucking their style, and I don't know if that's like what it is, I guess, to be like with somebody or like even with friends. But honestly, I feel like I do bite like a lot. Like I just mirror, I just take, and I forgot when it was when I had a thought of like, what the fuck is me? Like I don't feel like I have a either style or something, you know. It's just always borrowing. Um, but now I feel like I'm kind of more confident in what the fuck I'm doing now. Um, where yes, I the shit that I did bite off the biggest was not giving a fuck. This person did not give a fuck whether she was like in the right or wrong, if she looked good or bad. Like she didn't give a fuck, and that's what I love. That's what I really love, and that's what I took from it of me going forward. If I post a goofy ass photo or I have a goofy ass shirt on or some shit, something that doesn't matter that would have like hindered me before, or like I just wouldn't have even done some shit. It's like, yeah, it truly doesn't matter anymore. And I think it's with growing too. Honestly, I think like your frontal lobe or whatever the fuck develops at 25. I don't know if I'm feeling that shit or there's something with my like with me that I should get checked out. But I feel like I am letting go of a lot of shit that I was fucking with, and I'm on some new shit. By the time you get on the shit that I'm on some new shit. And but yeah, so like with that, like I have ins and outs, but they're not that fucking crazy. Honestly, the past shit that I've been doing has been messing around with girls. Let's just be honest. And but to me that's out. Even the fucking feeling or the even like the what would you say, like the want, like the want or need is gone. I've unfollowed. I've kind of gotten rid of that, and I don't know if it's just like a cycle. What the fuck is what that means, or yeah, what that means like internally, where that's coming from and shit like that. But I always get on this thing of like, oh yeah, I want to hit up this and that and this, and then I get to like, I really am not feeling that, and anybody who is feeling that, who's like trying to like link or do something, I'm just like it like in a gross way. Like I'm not on that at all. And I don't know why the fuck that happens, but hopefully this time around it sticks, because right now I'm really not with that at all. Flirtation and shit like that always been right, but to like do something, it's just not even. It's just not even. It's not worth it. It doesn't mean anything. It's just not pleasurable, I guess. You know what I mean? So that's a big fucking out. For me, that's a big fucking out. Fucking around, that's a big out. I don't need that. Even with dating apps and shit, it doesn't even call my attention anymore. Back then, I'd have like three different fucking accounts doing this and that and this. I've never linked with anybody from a dating app. I don't. We know, right? My friend group, we know of somebody who has like they're about to get married from like Tinder or something. I don't know how, but I've never linked or like met up with anybody from like a dating app. It's just always it literally what it is. It's just like a gratification of like, oh, we like each other. What's your IG? Let me get a follower, and then that's it. And that's literally where it stops, because it's just not a real thing. At least to me, right? I think at least the way I'm taking it, the way I've been using it, it's not a real thing. But yeah, so that's an out. An in, low key, and it's just and that's the thing too, where I'm falling into this trap of like, oh, you sound like every other bitch, like you're just doing shit that's like, I don't know. Regardless, an in that I've been doing, and because of this fucking of this ex, is reading. At the beginning of last year, when we started dating, we started reading, and we bought a book together. We bought a book we bought a book together, and then we traded it afterwards, and then fuck, and then we bought another one, and we're gonna do that. I think we only did one book. We only got to one book, and I think like it was February. It took me like a month to read. Um, like a short fucking book. The Maid, I think is, yeah, The Maid is what I read, and then oh no no no, we got to February to read both books. I think in a month I finished the book. Um, so yeah, so it was The Maid, and then it's like they're up there. Um, The Silent Patient. Those two books I read at the beginning of the year, and then nothing. This was last year, and I bought a different one, Imaginary Friends. I think the guy who wrote that, or girl, they um also wrote Perks of a Wildflower, Perks on the Wall of the Wildflower. Um, and it's just a thick book. It's just a thick book, and I think I scared myself off of it because the my ex, she was reading A Little Life, which I got the audiobook and finished that one. You really I really like the book. They're saying it's like sadness porn or some shit. Yeah, it is fucking sad, but she wrote it, and so I got Goodreads, right? I got Goodreads, and I'm following my shit on there, updating the pages, and the fucking reviews is like, this is bad, I couldn't read it or shit like that. And I guess I haven't read enough to the point where I can like criticize shit, because to me it's like, this is what it is. There's no way for me to say this is a good or bad take. Like, it's just fact. You know what I mean? Um, but it is just opinions. But I guess you could say the same with like music. But with music, you could like, it's more distinguishable? Question mark. Like, you can, the shit chords sound like it hurts. It like, if it's kind of almost physically hurts. It's like, that does not sound correct. But words on a page could either sound corny, I guess, or like it just doesn't flow? Question mark. But I think I just haven't read enough to where I'm like understanding it, right? Because like as a child, music is just vibration, I guess, and then I guess you get to the point where it's like, oh yeah, this is a good song, this is a bad song. I don't know, but yeah. So all the books I'm reading, I honestly I haven't had a bad book. The only one, and as I say that, is the one that I'm reading right now that I kind of am not loving. It's called While on Earth We're Beautiful or something like that. And it's literally just because it's like poetic writing, and uh I honestly I think that's literally like the only reason why, just because it's a bit of poetic writing, and it's a bit of a thicker book. I've been purposely buying small thin books so that I can finish them and that it's not a big fucking deal. Because I couldn't imagine, like, in Imaginary Friends that's up there, even that one, it's a big book. It's a thick fucking book. Even that one, I'm like, I don't know when the fuck I'd like finish this. And it's not that big of a deal, but it would probably take me a full month. It would probably take me a full month of reading every day to finish it, which isn't that big of a deal. That's pretty fucking awesome. But um like, I finished A Little Life because it was an audiobook, and I was able to listen to it like while I'm doing other shit, right? I'm not visually like physically reading it and like dozing off. And that's my biggest fucking gripe, at least right now, where I can't read a book. Um I mean, I can, but like just sitting here, like I have to. The way I read them, most of them is I'm at the gym and I'm on the bike, which is so fucking. That pisses me off because it's like that fucking clip of the guy who's at that coffee shop, in an open coffee shop, right? Like you could walk through the coffee shop. It's probably like New York or something. And he has the fucking. He's like head down on the fucking on the thing, and the book is up like that. So the cover and everything, you could read it, and it's like some probably some like feminist literature or some shit. And that, I hate that. The performative act of it is annoying, and it is like, I don't know what you could compare it to. Like, it's just that, like, that is the trope. That literally is the trope. Um, and I hate to kind of fall into it, but by being at the fucking gym, on the fucking bike, reading this fucking book, I'm kind of falling into it, and I try to get to the like the furthest one in. I'm not like the first bike there. I'm like furthest in. I'm not trying to like. I'm literally just trying to read this fucking book, and I take the covers off. They're like, if they're a hard copy, I take the cover off, so it's just a blank fucking cover, and yeah. But even then, why do I give a fuck? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like, if people think, oh, he's just a fucking jackass trying to like pretend that he's reading, fine, that's fine. I don't give a fuck, right? Like, the purpose of reading it, the purpose of reading, at least for me right now, is it's such a cool kind of experience, and it's like watching a movie. It's like you're reading a movie, right? You're reading the script, and I don't want to sit. It's like, yeah, it's like you're physically doing it, getting off of the phone a little bit. I feel like honestly it is, but also the whole like interaction of like seeking a book out, right? Either on TikTok or wherever the fuck, seeking a book out, going to buy the book. Uh, if like I'm currently reading a book, like I'll do that. So I'm currently reading while on Earth We're Beautiful. We're Briefly Beautiful. I already bought the other book. It's The Virgin Suicides by somebody, and which is already a movie, which I had no idea. Um, so I already have that book. So I'm already like anticipating the next book, right? So once I finish We're Briefly Beautiful, I'll start this one and then I'll go buy the other one. So even that like anticipation of like, oh, we got another one coming up is exciting to me, and that's what I really like. Um, and then reading the book, like actually reading the book, it's kind of cool. Um, like fucking writing styles, thoughts, like shit I genuinely wouldn't have thought about. Like I always go back to a Little Life because it's so like this the I'm not even gonna try her name, but her um how the fuck did she write that? Like how the fuck do you come up with all of this? I don't know if she has like helpers, like writers and stuff like that. I don't know if that's how you do it, or she just literally just like thought of everything. But how the fuck do you think of spoiler warnings, I guess? But like how the fuck do you think of um Jude being a lawyer, kind of some it didn't go too crazy into detail about shit, but like Jude being a lawyer, Willem being an architect. I don't even remember them going deep about the architecture. uh oh no, wait, am I fucking up? I probably Willem was the love interest, right? Who's the other one? Anyways, yeah, just like the character development, and also like I don't think there's any show or movie that you're able to do that, like that much character development and it makes sense, because like we at least we got like a ton of info on Jude, on fucking Willem, on not too much on the adopted father, but these characters that you just wouldn't like. Where would the be like? Where would there be time to do that in any show, in any fucking show? Um, yeah, I don't know. So it's really cool. Like, it's really cool. And for at least for right now, for those big books, that's where I'm like, I'm liking that I can just hear it, right? Because it is. I'm just watching a movie. Because what I would do, I would literally put on while I'm doing stuff, like at work, I would put the audio description like for the blind people on like shows, like on shit that I've already watched. Like I've done that for you like maybe twice for 13 Reasons Why. Like for all these shows that I've watched, I'll put the audio description because I've already seen it. I can visualize what's going on, and it's just like, oh, I'm just replaying it. But this is like I'm getting everything for the first time, and this is the only form. So it's really awesome right now. So right now I'm reading that one, like physically reading While We're Briefly Beautiful, and then I'm listening to Worthington Wuthering 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 Heights by Emily Bront. Um, that one, honestly, that one is a very interesting. Like that's a very new type of literature for me because it's English. It's like England English. It's from whenever the fuck it was made, and the words they use are so like sharp. Like I wouldn't even want to say it because I don't even know if I get taken or whatever the fuck. But just strong words, very strong words, and it's to the point where it's like I can imagine kids reading this shit like in school and being like, what the fuck? There's like graping in this book and shit, but that's literally like what they use as a description. Like I forgot but like graping, like just shit like that. And it was like that's very interesting, and yeah, it's just very interesting of like just the verbiage. And so yeah, I hope to continue last year. So I just read those two at the beginning of the year, started Imaginary but didn't finish it, and then I read uh Gone Girl. No, not Gone Girl. Girl Interrupted. And then what else did I read? Oh, Oxygen Thief, which was a very odd story. And who the fuck was the writer of that? How the fuck did they get published as literally anonymous? And why was it at Barnes and not Barnes and Noble, Half Price Books? I've been going to Half Price Books to get the shit because I bought Uh, I bought Gone or Girl Interrupted at Barnes and Noble for like 13 bucks. And then every other book that I'm getting that's thicker than that is like $7. So it's like, yeah, fuck Barnes and Noble. I'm just going to half price books. And for most of them, they're not even fucking available. Like I have to get them either ordered or some other shit. So I'm surprised Oxygen Thief was there, and it's literally written by Anonymous. Um, and it was that one was like an odd read. Well, it was just weird. You could probably finish that shit in a day. You could finish that shit in a day. It's just like a weird story of a fucking misogynist, and he kind of gets revenge, or he gets revenged on, like almost like in a cucking way. It's a story, and like that's the thing where it's like literally like in the reviews of it, there's so many like, oh, this is fucking terrible, the writer and all this shit. But it's like, who the fuck am are any of us to tell him he's wrong in what he wrote? Like, it's just a fucking, it's literally a story. Down allegedly is true. I don't know, but it's a fucking story. How is he? How is any of this shit wrong? It's just what he wrote, but it's opinion based, I guess. But yeah, so that's really what's been taking over me, and I love it. I think it's a really cool thing to have, like a physical thing to grab, like the bookshelf, like the fact that now it's like a living bookshelf. You know what I mean? It's not just like a stagnant thing. Like shit's moving. I'm adding, taking out, and stuff like that. It's like a living thing. It feels really cool. Besides that, just going to the gym. Finding purpose in the gym because I've been going to the gym from 2 X's ago or whatever the fuck from like 2021, like 2021, and yeah, like 2021. Um, Literally the reason why I start, and again because of a fucking girl. What the fuck? Um, because this ex, she went out of state to college, and I was like, oh, very 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 insecure times, very insecure times. I'll admit it up front. Um, Now I guess I'm better, but anyways, I was like, oh yeah, let me bulk up, let me like get strong or whatever the fuck when I go see you, whatever the fuck. So I literally started going to the gym with my brother at his place, and then ended up like it was just a scheduling thing. He's not too crazy into the gym, so it was like he's just tired. I was like, all right, I'll just get a membership, and then I got Planet Fitness, and I think I had it for like a year or two, and then I just last year switched over to Coleslaw, and it's pretty good. It's a religious gym. I didn't even know, but it's small. It's literally like a Planet Fitness, but blue and with free weights. But Planet Fitness now is getting free weights, so I might just switch back. Um, but yeah, finding purpose within the gym of like what is the goal. The goal back then was to bulk up for that, right? And then I saw TikTok of like these grandparents looking at old photos and the dad, and he pulled out this photo of him being buff as fuck, like ripped, and he was at war, right, like a Vietnam or some shit, and him just showing the shit off, and he's like old Haggerty and all this shit, and it's like that's awesome. Like I would love to be able to have photos like that for my kids and grandkids. Like I was that motherfucker, you know what I mean? So inherently I think that's where I'm at of doing it for my younger self, right? For the kid in middle school, the weird kid, the like oddball, um, and then for my kids, you know what I mean? For my kids of like whatever they end up being, you could like you could change it. It literally is that. Um, so yeah, but even then, it's like right now I'm bulking, but I'm just not watching what I eat, so I'm just eating shit. Literally, I bought I bought a thing of cookies. I bought a thing of cookies of I don't even know which ones, but red velvet cookies. They're like there's like two left, and it's like like in the Oreo rack, right? Where there's like 4 rows. There's like 4 rows, and there's like 6 or 7 in each one. There's like two cookies left. I bought them last night. Um, it is like 3 the next day. Um, so yeah, I'm just eating like garbage, and trying to work out hard. I used to do like a bro split, like just hitting every body part each day, but now I'm doing a push and pull. It's okay, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like I'm skipping over shit, and yeah, I just feel like sometimes I skip over stuff. But it does feel good. It feels good whenever I am sore. It feels awesome. But with that, like the pre workout, I don't know if it's fucking with my head. Like truth be told, like I'm getting like pains in my head, like random. Like I've had one just now, just a random like a I don't know, and it just happened randomly. Um, so I'm a little worried. Truth be told, I am a little worried. I do need to get that checked out because that is worrying. And yeah, so I do want to lean off of the pre workout. Maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm pushing hard, but people push like crazy hard. Like they pass out. I don't know if they have that issue. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of the background info. You know what I mean? Because when I was making the original videos, I was like, if I do go into therapy, like I would be like, watch these, and then let's start our like sessions because like those episodes were very like those were nothing like this. Those are very much like just speaking as if I'm writing my diary, like just releasing everything, right? This is holding back a lot. Like I'm not going into detail about a lot of things, but that one was like every fucking ounce of anything, like just say it. And so yeah, so those felt great. We'll see how these feel. We'll see how these feel going up, and people watching this shit. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this because it just seems like a cool exertion of like just shit to give out. You know what I mean? So I like it. Oh, right back to the book talk. Um, I finished Tuesdays with Maury last week, the 10th of January. Probably like my book of the year already. I genuinely don't know what would beat that book. Besides like probably his other book, which is called like 5 or 7 People You Meet in Heaven. Um, I just love this book. That book was amazing. Maury, what a beautiful person, what a beautiful soul, and just how he was able to see stuff like through his life and his body. Um, and really just a way to live life of like literally, and it goes into a different topic of literally everybody is going to die, like period, like point blank. Like there's nobody here that isn't going to die, and it is us bullshitting ourselves of like, yeah, we could, eventually, but literally it could be any fucking time, which is so scary, but also a kind of call of like, do what the fuck you want to do then, you know what I mean? And that goes hand in hand to like, thank God of my ex. Thank God, like there's a reason why she came into my life, like to tell me to be able to be me to the fullest, to the awkwardness, to the fucking weirdest amount, and even the shit that I even said. We don't talk anymore, um, but I'd send her some. It's corny. It's very much corny. Send her some shit, and but even then with that, I was like, it is what it is because this is how I feel. But even me saying that shit, it's corny as fuck. But but yeah. But yeah, even then with the existentialism, I've been struggling with that shit like crazy. It's been like probably since last year September, um, September, July. I don't know if it's related to anything. Allegedly, allegedly, very much allegedly, my ex had a pen and I would hit the pen, and then I decided to get a pen and have been hitting the pen allegedly. And I don't know if it's because of that, but at least right now, like if I allegedly were to hit it, I dream very beautifully, like very beautiful, like long dreams. Like there was one where it was like a summer camp, and we were choosing like there's this huge house with a ton of beds in it. Nobody wants to hear this shit, but it was a beautiful dream. But I think prior to that, I was just having this dread, bro. This dread of like literal panic attacks, and I didn't even know that's what it was. I've never been, I don't know, I guess I've never had it like that, or I don't know, because I didn't even like recognize that it was a panic attack. But I literally would like be in bed trying to go to sleep, and then I would have the thought of like, you're gonna die, this is all gonna, literally this is all gonna go away, you're literally like, that's gonna happen. And I would like literally heart racing, like breathing heavy, and I have to jump out of bed, like hop out and start thinking of bullshit, like I have to put TikToks on or just some random shit just to get my mind off of it. And that was happening like every night for like maybe a month or something. And I guess now it's kind of subsiding. Like I'm still kind of having the thoughts at night just because I am with my thoughts alone. And honestly, I think that's something I need to figure out. Cause yeah, cause I always have something playing, right? Either at the gym, at work, something's always playing. Maybe not music. Music to me, I'm kind of not loving music right now. Truth be told, I'm kind of not loving music. It's like something I need visual. I need like fucking something. I need something. I need a vlog or something. And but yeah, so I'm always with something, regardless of wherever the fuck I'm at. So when I at night, when it's nothing, that's when those thoughts come up. So it's not about muting it. It's about figuring out why I'm feeling that and what I could do to calm myself. Like facing it, and but just being like, it's fine, you know. But yeah, it goes hand in hand, because it's like, yeah, you do want to mute it, you do want to mute the noise, because it would just like fucking swallow me whole and just like take over like all my thoughts and shit. But also with the thought of like Tuesdays with Maury, of you are going to die, and you should literally do whatever the fuck you want and to the fullest amount, and try everything fully, because you're going to die. It doesn't matter. Like this genuinely doesn't matter. And I would joke about it like when I was younger, like trying to freak people out, and I ended up freaking myself out. So that's pretty ironic, but yeah, it's interesting, and I guess that's where I'm at with like learning, being, and just being human. I think the biggest takeaway from that book was like being human, being literally just being fucking human. Like learn to be as human as possible, having awkward ass conversations, awkward ass like situations, and also, okay, okay, making new friends. What the fuck? So I genuinely, and so like I would love to make new friends. Oh, I was at a coffee shop and I was doing some work for my business, and these girls, there's this one girl that was sitting like close, because it was a Thai coffee shop, and she was there waiting for a friend. Her friend come her fr- she got there, and I guess they go on a Zoom call with some other friends, and it's a fucking book club. They have a fucking book club, and they're on Goodreads, and they're like, yeah, I'm the only one that uses Goodreads and all this shit. Like, she's like, I literally just have, it's me and my mom, and I was like I wanted to butt in and be like, oh, that's fucking cool. What are y'all reading? Like, can I add you on Goodreads? But here's the thing. I'm a male. I'm a fucking Hispanic male. I don't even like being approached by fucking males. Like, I won't say the situation, but I just like, even if a guy comes up to me anywhere, let's just say like, not even the gym, but like Barnes and Noble, or fucking half price books, or I don't know, somewhere like nonchalant as fuck. Like, let's literally just say that same coffee shop. Let's just say they weren't there, they were on my left. Let's just say they weren't there that day. To my right, there was a guy reading a book. Um, and maybe I had Goodreads up on my phone, and he starts talking to me. I genuinely don't want to talk. Why? I don't fucking know. I literally don't know. It's just like an awkwardness. It literally is just like an awkwardness of like, I don't know, like it's, I'm just deficient in the ability to make like guy friends, like, cause truthfully, it feels like, weirdly enough, weird to say this, but it feels like not like a competition, but like where not where is this going, but like where is this going? I don't know. Like, because I guess most of my like friendships or shit that I try to make is in a um relationship, sexual shit with like girls, right? So I guess in my head it's just like if it's not leading to that, then why even have it? You know what I mean? And I recognize that. I know that's terrible, but at least have said like that it really doesn't interest me anymore. It is getting to the point where like, okay, yeah, I could see that happening, but at least right now, like even like making guy friends, it's like, oh, it's very like it just feels not weird, but it's just like I don't even want to hear like I don't want to hear, bro. Like I don't know. And then to send like memes on Instagram of like weird shit. What are we doing? Like, what the fuck are we doing? But also, I don't want to be a fucking like philosophy bro of like, oh, did you read, this shit and that shit? Like, it's just kind of odd. Like the friends I do have, I'm so grateful and thankful that I have them. Genuinely, I don't know what I would be or who or my thoughts. Like genuinely, if I didn't have my solid group of friends of guys and similar like kind of thoughts and vibe and like it like generally don't even know how it would happen, but like to have that, it's really like I don't know how to form that in somewhere else. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, but back to those girls. Yeah, I don't like what the fuck would I have said? Like I guess that genuinely, I guess I'd be like, no, it just seems so stupid. Like I'm at the table. They're there. They're facing like outward, so we're kind of facing the same way, and they're on the Zoom call, and I have to dip out in a bit. Um, like in 5 minutes. I have to dip out in 5 minutes. They're heavy in their conversation. They start talking about this and that. One of them has a boyfriend, and literally to the point where it's like I'm genuinely not even interested in a situ in like in like trying to get at you type of thing. It genuinely is like you have a book club that you have a Zoom call. Like it means that much to y'all that y'all are actually like doing something about it. You know what I mean? Like y'all two met up here to go and talk to these other people. You know what I mean? Like it means something. So even then what the shit they were reading is completely not what I'm interested in. They were doing like fantasy, like dark fantasy stuff. It is what it is, but even then, like, oh, let me add you on Goodreads. Like that's really cool. Like just I don't fucking know. Um that I think that is my struggle right now, and that's what I'm trying to get to of forming and having friends and connect not connections kind of whatever, but just being able to do that just to connect that fucking dot, because I just feel so like again in my head about it. I'm so aware about how I would get perceived, not as like a fucking Hispanic male, a Latinx male, not in that way, but just as a fucking guy. Like, oh, here we go. Like, let's see what this motherfucker has to say. Like, I get it. I fucking get it because I have been that guy. At least not in public, but like online. So I get it. I get what the fuck it's like. I understand. So I just hate to come off as that. It's just like sure, bro, right? You read, right? But I don't know. What else do we have? Oh yeah, and also with this, I want to make it seem like a podcast. I don't want to make it seem like a uh like just like those short videos, like those short like 20-minute videos, or like where they're like this video was meant to find you type shit. Like no. I This is meant to be like a fucking podcast. Um I hope this is like enough, honestly. Um literally the only one I could think of that is like a solo one that is kind of successful is like Bill Burr's, but he's like a comedian, so he can like I guess make jokes about random shit. But we'll see how this goes. We'll honestly see how this goes. But yeah, I as much as I consider this a comedy, it very much is just me spewing, and whoever wants to listen can listen. And maybe I mentioned something that you give a fuck about, or maybe I don't. Um, but yeah, at least right now, very book oriented, gym oriented, business oriented, um, relationship wise, it'll come when it comes, type situation. I'm not that's not important. I really need to make more friends, more connections. Genuinely is the goal for this year. However, I do that, we'll fucking see. Um, but yeah, that is kind of the goal and shit like that. Um, Also, what the fuck is TikTok really getting taken away? I forgot who I was talking to about this with, but whenever Vine, I remember Vine like I remember Vine vividly. I remember Nicholas, whatever the fuck his name is, with the gummy worms, like Vine number one, like literally Vine number one, and then like some Sasquatch one. Those were like the first, like legitimately the first two Vines I ever saw. Um, and I even made fucking Vine. I made like one or two Vines. um, but I don't remember it going away. Like it just wasn't available, I guess. Or like I literally just don't remember it going away. I remember like in school, honestly back then the biggest thing was like sneakers and like the Nike Elite socks. Like that crew of like King Batch adjacent, uh they were the ones like kind of running that, and that's kind of the only stuff I saw. That's kind of like the only Vine stuff I saw, like the most like mundane, like basic stuff on there. Um, and then also that guy who made the, he made the, he made he made a Disney song, or no, he sang, right. He did a couple other stuff, but he did an acapella on YouTube. But I think he sang a bit on Vine. He's white, he's blonde. He sang acapella of like all the Disney songs and like made it like collage or collab or whatever the fuck. And also I remember being so young and like seeing them being in college, like them making college content and being like, what the fuck? Like this is kind of weird. But now it's like, oh, they were in college. Which is so crazy. Like they were my age back then. That's kind of insane. Um but yeah, so is fucking TikTok gone? I genuinely I was watching a video also about how like we're aware of brain rot. Like it's such a like a weird thing how like brain rot's being added to the dictionary even though it's like it's been used before in like England or some shit like back in whenever the fuck. Um but now we're like the new generation is adopting it and we're aware of it and we're like we know it's a bad thing yet we're consumed by it, which is like this innate like betterment of ourselves, but we can't, like we're not strong enough to do it. um yeah, I think it'll be a good thing, but where the fuck, like we're gonna go somewhere. And I was thinking Tumblr. I was like, oh, is this gonna be the resurgence of fucking Tumblr? But I fucking doubt it. People in the comments are saying Tumblr is fucking like weird as fuck right now. I haven't even I was thinking about downloading it, but I didn't even do that. But I never was on Tumblr, and I really fucking regret never getting that scene in middle school. So I was in middle school. I left middle school, so I got into high school 2016. So 2015 16 was, so I what 3 years. So from 13 to 16, 2013 to 2016, I was in middle school, like peak fucking years. Honestly, if I was in high school, it's kind of a slippery slope because I'm glad I was in middle school because I was young enough to understand, but not too old to where it's like damn, like because 2016 would have been peak, would have been like awesome to be like junior or senior high school. But that's like, damn, bro, like you old, like you 30 basically. I'm pretty sure like you're like 26. You're like 26, 27. Which is crazy. But yeah, so I was seeing like Forest Hill Drives released when I was like in 7th grade. Um and all that shit was popping off, but like I don't remember what the fuck was like left after Vine left. Like I guess I was just on Instagram. I'm pretty sure we were just on Instagram. I never downloaded Flipogram or the other one, the dancing one. But I think genuinely there was like a time where it was just like those two, like Flipogram or the dancing one, and then TikTok kind of started popping up, and then that's when it happened. Because I remember in high school being like, man, fuck TikTok. There's no way I'm ever downloading TikTok. And then I think my first repost on TikTok, I just saw it because I'm just going through my repost. Literally, my repost I feel like is the best like um um mirror of who the fuck I am actually. Like actually my repost, that's who I am for real, for real. Like you can tell who the fuck I am off of my repost. And my first repost is 2021 of some nurses singing Young Dolph. I was working at Amazon when Young Dolph died. I remember on my fucking break reading that Young Dolph died. Rest in peace. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, at this point, if it gets shut down, good for mental health, but crazy for people that make a living off of that shit. Like, bitch, we would have never gotten Big Justice, fucking Hawk Tua, uh, Jersey, like most of fucking East fucking North Jersey or Jersey, like people off fucking Jersey, New Jersey. Most people from New Jersey would have not been discovered. Like there's so many pizza people. That crowd. Um, yeah, very very odd, very like very crazy. Um, yeah, it seems insane. It seems very insane that that's just gonna be gone. And I mean, it happened right. They said it was gonna happen prior, um, but I guess it didn't. I don't know. Okay, um, okay. Last segment. We're gonna call it the weekly dive. Um, we'll do like maybe one or two, but I've been listening to Bad Bunny's new album. Genuinely not the biggest fan of Bad Bunny, but it's not bad music. I don't, it's not the thing I'd be like, oh, let me put that on. Um New album's really cool. I love the like actual um not funk of it, but like origin of it. Like it sounds like the shit he grew up with and like shit that I would hear like salsa like cumbia and shit like that. Like it just sounds like that, you know. And he's to the point where he could just get like the producers of that to literally just make it for him, and it sounds like good. So that's really cool. I'm pretty sure the backstory of it, like he's not wanting Puerto Rico to be like a Hawaii situation where it just becomes like commercialized and just ruins the place, which is pretty fucking awesome. Like if anybody is repping their spot, their place, like any or as hard as anybody else, I like Drake, I guess, but fuck off. But yeah, I think that's really fucking awesome. That's really cool. Whatever like Hispanic in me feels prideful. Whenever I hear like Bad Bunny talk about Puerto Rico, as if I'm like from Puerto Rico or anything. Um, so yeah, I'm really liking the album. The only time I've kind of replayed like his album a couple times and like actual songs, it's really cool. I do really 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 enjoy it. Other than that, music, literally music has not been sounding great at all. Like all the music I listen to is sounding the same. I'm reverting back. I got so into Charlie XCX with Brat. Loved it when it came out. Actually, don't even know when it came out. Truth be told, I got onto it after it came out. Listened to the album. These are pretty good songs. Cool. And then the first deluxe came out with the two extra songs with Guess and Spring Breakers. Then I was like, these are pretty good. That white album, I was like, this is pretty good. Everything's romantic, you know. Uh, talk. So I like these are really good songs. And then after that, the It was a while. It was a while because I was listening to that version of the album, the white one, for a while, and then the remix, the whole album remix came out like months later, and that one was fucking amazing. But even then, in between that, I was well, yeah, I guess I just wasn't kind of really doing much with it, but I really love the remix album is honestly amazing. The first time listening to it, I was like, oh, these are like different songs now. And I was like, that's kind of weird, but I guess. But they're so fucking beautiful, and I think the best description of it was like kind of reaction to it. It was a reaction to the original Brat. Like she was responding to what has been happening, and like I forgot which one it was off of the original album. Um Oh fuck, I don't know the song. I don't know the name of it. Off of the original album where she's talking about having a baby or her friend having a baby. Um, what is it? Damn, I forgot. I think about it all the time. That one is genuinely a beautiful fucking song. Like honestly, probably like the maybe the best song off of that one. Maybe it's just a beautiful fucking song. It's so like introspective and like wow, like yeah, like you're on top of the fucking world right now, but you're thinking about your like womanhood of like wanting to have a baby. Like, am I ready? Would I be right for it? It's like shit like that. Like it's really like whoa, like age and shit like that. Like shit you wouldn't even like, especially as a guy. I don't fucking think about that. You know what I mean? Um, so that one's beautiful. That one's fucking gorgeous. A gorgeous song. Everything's Romantic is my favorite original song. Um, and then the remix album, the one with Shy Girl, the best song like ever. Period. Fucking banger of a fucking song. I genuinely need to hear that live somewhere. It doesn't even have to be her. I just need to hear it full volume, bass hitting me, thumping me. I need to feel that. I need to feel that fucking song. That song is so insane. That song is so fucking insane. I went to a club here in Oak Cliff called Lady Love, and the DJ Alaska Girl. I'm pretty sure it's Alaska Girl. I don't. No, 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 no. Fuck me. That's not her name. Is it? I don't think that's her name. I don't think that's her name. Oh wait, no. I think it actually might be Cosmic Girl Alaska. Cosmic Girl Alaska. That's her Instagram. She played it, but the volume started getting like lower. She didn't play the full thing. It's just like yeah, that's she's not a like that's right. It's a she just makes the song. But no, I really want to hear it. Every time any fucking song off of Brat comes on, I'm singing that shit fucking out loud. Um, yeah, I'm loving that. I love that album. I love all the versions of that album. Really like surprised. I mean, and that's the thing where I didn't even have like an open eye to like Charlie XX and stuff like that prior to like my ex. Like my ex really just showed me a side or like just shit that I really didn't even know of like even people culture like internet lore and stuff like that I just didn't even realize was like a reference to like that shit. Um, that's really awesome. Like it's really fucking awesome. Um, so yeah, Weekly Dive is gonna be Bad Bunny's new album, whatever that's called. And I guess fucking Brat, like, yeah, okay, bro. I haven't heard of that fucking album. But yeah, those two awesome movies. I kind of haven't. Oh, bro, Y2K, fucking terrible movie, fucking terrible movie. I hated that movie. It was so dumb. It was it gave SNL. Like to find out that guy wrote it. Oh, right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Like it was just so and then for him to be in the movie as like the weakest character. I can't emphasize how weak I won't even say one dimensional because it's not even about being deep. I'm not even saying like it has to be a deep movie, but it was such like a shit character. Like it was just bad. Like really thinking about it, like I was like, how is this a bad movie? Like you really just wrote like one line for like each character. Like it doesn't have to be deep. It's not even about it being deep, like having a deeper message or some shit like that. It's not even about that. But like I don't know. Is it that? I don't know. It's just it was bad. It was a it was just a bad fucking movie. I went with somebody and I was like, this is insane. Like what? And I was super excited for it. I was super excited for it, but honestly, there's a bit of like um hints that it was not gonna be like the greatest movie. Like the posters, like I was literally only seeing it on TikTok. I don't know where else I would have seen this movie like ads for it. I don't see ads, so but it just wasn't even like I don't know. I wasn't seeing clips. I wasn't seeing clips of the movie. It was just like photos, like slides of like Y2K and like the characters being taken photo from like up top, and that was it. Yeah, what a disappointment. What a disappointment. I can't really think of other movies I've seen. I haven't been seeing too many movies. I feel like I was heavy into movies, but I genuinely cannot remember. Oh, Honora. Honora was pretty cool. Very. Honora, maybe like out of five, I give it maybe like a 3.5. It's cool. I saw Coraline. It's Coraline, bro. And then I saw Pearl. I was about to be a year with the Pearl. Um, yeah, no, whatever the fuck. Yeah. So this is the first episode of Open Frequency. Hopefully, this is something. Um, hopefully, you found some type of entertainment of any amount from this. Um, New episodes every Friday. You may be thinking Thursday, but probably every Friday. Um, and yeah, please like and subscribe and tag along. This I am not going. This is not gonna be like a fucking like a little thing. This is gonna for the long haul. Like I'm gonna be doing this for a long time. So if you liked it, if you like, if what's the fucking shit? If you like, give me a like. Did you hate it? Did you rate it? What would you rate it? Please leave a comment. I'll see y'all next time. Thank you.